So, with the season kicking off today, I wanted to go ahead and start off this series with 5 rookies I think that you guys should keep your eyes on throughout this season without including the major picks. So more so, the guys under the radar. Let's go. So, what is up, you guys? Welcome to One Up, and I am Marcel Mayo. This is the 3rd series that we're actually bringing to the channel for sports, and this is going to be a legendary episode. That is due to the fact that although the 2019 draft class didn't look promising going into draft night, we've actually seen some of these rookies settle into the roles a bit better over summer league and preseason, and the entirety of the class could be one for the books. There are a lot of players who actually seem to embrace their roles with the teams, both from the draft and outside of the draft. So these are 5 rookies that we should go ahead and keep our eyes on throughout the entirety of the season who are outside of the hype. So let's kick it off with number 1, and without a doubt, that has to be Tyler Herro, since I am from Miami. So, the guy's an absolute stud. Starting shooting guard position, measuring 6'6", he brings heat from the outside, adding a reliable spot-up shooter from anywhere in the court. He strives in being able to convert good looks and has a very jolty, kind of mirroring James Harden's play style, allowing him to space out before releases. And now, Mache fans, don't kill me for this. I'm not comparing a rookie to James Harden. I'm just saying that he has a very flowy type of play style, and he converts well on floaters. And in today's game, the person that we could kind of give that play style to is Harden. But this kid doesn't stop there. He offers a lot of other good aspects to the game, and part of this is his playmaking ability. The guy has really good court vision, and he isn't scared of taking risky passes, which he actually averages 84.2% completion, which isn't the greatest, but it's something that he could go ahead and develop and potentially be a floor general. And another aspect that he's actually really versatile in is that he possesses the ability to either slow down or speed up the pace of the game when needed. Now, most players play a very fast-paced game, and a limited number of players know how to truly slow the pace of the game down. After seeing this guy in a few games, you can definitely see glimpses of him doing both. And of course, this kid's a rookie, so he has a lot of developing to do. Like, no matter how good these guys come out of college, there's no way that they're anywhere near the potential that they could actually reach in the NBA. So the potential payout is very huge. So huge that this is actually a great move by the Heat, and I'd have to overall give them a W for this offseason. So as you guys know, the Heat got rid of Hassan Whiteside, and this is probably the best thing that could have happened to them. The guy was good, but the fame was getting a little bit to his head. And for all of you football fans out there, this might make a little bit more sense, but I feel like Pat Riley and the Heat organization is very similar to that of the Patriots organization, in that they can actually work on a system. Now, I can get a lot of backlash for saying this, but hear me out. So, how it works is that the Patriots don't have attention-seeking figures. They all go to practice and work on the system. The system was perfected by Bill Belichick, and that system converts to wins. So as governor of the Heat Nation, Pat Riley, he has an outstanding background in coaching, and he actually coached players such as Doc Rivers, and due to this type of coaching that he provided to Doc Rivers is why we credit Doc Rivers as such an outstanding coach. So Pat Riley is actually very involved with the club, and not only the club but head coach Eric Spoelstra, and both of them actually have this kind of system set out, and they like putting plays into the system, and they're very black and white when it comes to the approach. But this is why top prospects in the leagues have to come in, and they gotta earn their spot just like the 15th man. And this is why Jimmy Butler chose to come to Miami. But anyways, that's too far off topic. So let's go ahead and move on. So number 2, we got none other than Carson Edwards with the Boston Celtics. So the man right here is something special. Danny Ainge and the Celtics, I think, had the best drafting season outside of the draft. Other than that, maybe the Lakers might have had a better one, but Edwards and Taco are both going to be very special talents, I believe, in the league. And anyways, this guy is said to be the steal of the year. So he's not letting the light go to waste. This guy's coming off the bench, averaging 15.3 points and 3 assists per game, converting 51% of field goals off the bench. This guy signed outside of the draft class and had a very similar game to the next guy that we're going to be talking about, but we'll leave that for later. So he's still starting, or he's a backup point guard at 6'1", and he's an absolute dog when it comes to finishing. He isn't scared of driving in the lane. He also offers a shot. And I mean, in preseason, we saw this guy make 8 threes in just 5 minutes. 24 points in just 5 minutes. This kid's special, very special. And again, we almost didn't see him due to an altercation he had with the coach in high school, but nonetheless, he strives to go ahead and get some range, and he has a very jolty kind of game, and he's very fast. So he likes to go ahead and get looks, and he really looks for these things. Like, he's a different of I don't even know how to explain it. I guess if I had to put it into words, he has a very modern, old school style where he's all over the court and he's just looking for his shot, or where he could actually take advantage of the position. But this is really good for him because he just doesn't post up for the 3 and wait for the ball. I believe that with time, if he can increase his passing ability, and he can grow very well as one of the best floor generals we've actually seen in quite some time. And this is due to the fact that he's going to be a threat from any spot on the court. So next up, we probably have the most outlier rookie out of the bunch. And well, it's between him and the next one. But at number 3, we have Clemons with the Houston Rockets. Now, I'm not sure if this next season will be his best season because of the squad that he's in. So I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work out. But he has 2 star point guards already in James Harden and Westbrook. But from what we've seen in Summer League and preseason, this guy is no joke. Averaging 12.5 points off the bench. He tries to give a little bit more of a dish game. He had a total of 14 assists in preseason, having a 91.9% completion rate on passing. This guy can literally take over and put up 21 points in just 18 minutes with 4 assists in the first game for the Rockets in this preseason. I mean, this isn't anything new for Clemons because he was actually one of the top scorers of the league prior, averaging 18 points his freshman year in Clemons and being named the Big South Freshman for the year. His sophomore year, he had a game where he put up 51 points against UNC and broke the record for scoring for that year, ended up putting up 941 points that year. His junior year, he averaged 24.3 points, and this was while getting double and even triple teamed. So he decided to forego his last year of college, and due to there not being so much buzz, he decided to take a step back, go back to college, and average 30 points per game his senior year. Yeah. Now, one of the reasons he didn't go in the draft is because he actually lacks a lot of defensive skills, but also the fact that he's just 5'9", which really is what pushed him back in the draft. But this is absolutely bonkers. I feel like this is the right guy to start next to James Harden for the majority of the game, and then Westbrook would be more of a B squad general. But of course, this would be later in the game, not so much when starting, just due to the ego thing, you know. But his playmaking abilities being there and able to contribute, no problem. He's surely to make some noise this next season. So next up, we have another rookie who's really shunned this preseason, and he's none other than Golden State's 28th pick in the draft, Jordan Poole. Now, like I said earlier, this might be an unpopular pick, but this kid has shown some promise. So let me go ahead and explain. So this kid is known for having a clutch gene in his life, and he's always come through for saving his high school team when he actually tied with a buzzer beater. And after that, he actually made a clutch shot to win it for Michigan in the finals. And yeah, now the reason I actually brought up the clutch gene is because he went to the right team at the perfect time. So this kid was not even found on the final mock draft for the 2019 season, and Golden State took a shot at him. This was, mind you, while KD was quote unquote still on the team, and no one really knew what was going to happen with the organization. As you guys know, KD went to Brooklyn and Golden State got D'Lo. Golden State has a system set up that relies strictly around Steph and his play style, and this is why KD ended up leaving. He was just part of the system, and KD didn't want that. He wanted to have a system around him, and that kind of ego was what drove him away. Now, full disclosure, I am a D'Angelo Russell's fan, and I do love his play style. But I feel that this is the thing that we've seen D'Lo struggling with in Golden State. And him being the type of player he is, I really didn't like when people bashed on there not being chemistry. But honestly, their playstyles aren't meshing. And this could be why Jordan Poole has a real shot to shine. Everything that D'Lo does, Jordan Poole does as well. It's just a little bit undeveloped. And he actually has a lot more chemistry with Steph's game. And their game together really shows promise. I'd go as far as to say that when Klay comes back, he will be put into the small forward position, and this kid will start at the shooting guard. They mix very well, and overall, that's really why I think that his clutch gene hit again. And everything really aligns for him this season. As for D'Lo, if the rumors are true, we're gonna be seeing him out in Detroit with the Pistons, and Drummond will be going to Golden State, which really puts them back in the talk for playoff contenders. With the starting five of Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Drummond, and Draymond, this will make a great squad to watch. Last up on our list is none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Kobe White. Now, I don't know if it's the fact that this kid is from UNC and ended up going to Chicago, his hair, or his overall quirky look, but this guy stood out to me personally, and I feel that in this draft he's going to be a talent to look at when watching the league for the years. And although we saw his good play style over Summer League, he didn't really put up shining numbers, but now in the preseason he's gotten a lot more comfortable with his role. And we've seen some glimpses of absolute greatness, averaging 19.3 points as a high volume scorer. Now, the draft, he was listed as a combo guard, but in our reality, this guy's a score first type of player, which honestly is his greatest, but also his worst attribute. You guys can see in UNC, he was a starting point guard, and he really did shine at that position. But he doesn't have a great making abilities, and I mean, he could pass, but it's not his main objective. He likes taking more open approaches, and in turn, he's only got 5 assists throughout the preseason. But this guy does offer a lot of range, and that's the part that the Bulls didn't have. I mean, at least not a true knockdown shooter. And this can really help improve the Bulls' game because it opens up the paint for the attackers to go ahead and attack. For Kobe White to fully reach his potential, he really has to embrace the passing. And if he does, he could play a very similar role to Steph, where he spaces out the floor and the team could act as a team. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let us know if you like this kind of content and if you'd like to see more of it soon. we here are planning to release this type of video once a week where we share our thoughts on what's going on with the league. And with that, I want to go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to go ahead and touch down on that bell icon so you guys can know when we post new videos. All right, with that, I gotta go. Peace.